What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Coach Joe Strong, here with another powerful episode of the Business of Strength podcast, where you can hear the tips, tools, and interviews to turn your passion for strength into a powerful and profitable business you will be proud of. We have an awesome episode today. I'm going to talk about value stacking and plus wanting your sales process, how to add more value to your sales process. We're going to get deep in the weeds on how to create more value and not offer tons of discounted prices, as well as seizing opportunity in the sales process to, in a sense, give more and get more from the clients who are there already, willing to say yes, who are taking a chance on their fitness. I'm going to break that all down for you today. Before I do that, let's make sure that we mention a few of our great sponsors. Turnkey Coach, a one-stop shop solution for all of your digital training platform needs. They have been exceptional. We have transformed all of our gyms over to Turnkey Coach, and their customer service is world-class. Our ability to data track clients' progress, show results, create a client interface, custom design needs specific to our gyms and the metrics we want to track has been exceptional. I highly recommend you give them a call. We'll put the link in the bio for them. Ignite Entrepreneurs, the best gym business marketing company on planet Earth. They have done a world-class job. We have never gotten more leads. We have never had better customer service. Our funnels have never been more accurate. Our digital scorecards and database have never been more accurate. They do it all from web design, funnels, digital ads. They will help you absolutely crush the digital ads game and the funnel game, your website, get converting and things like that. Go to Ignite Entrepreneurs. We'll put the link in the bio there. And last but not least, our good friends over at Nomly. Nomly is a digital hub for communication. We use Nomly a little differently than our CRM Go high level platform. Nomly is our back-end communication for all of our client communication. The data tracking that Nomly provides is second to none. We are able to track things that we never knew were possible with other POS/ CRM systems, and they've been exceptional. The work there is great. Summit, the guy who founded, and runs Nomly, is an exceptional guy, and they have gone above and beyond. So check out these great partners of ours, and if you're looking for digital solutions to help run your business, speed things up, and streamline your processes, these are the three companies that we highly recommend. Okay. On top of that, a new year is here. It's 2026. There's a lot of gym owners who are saying to themselves, I didn't make the money I wanted to. I got to do more for the business. I got to work on the business, right? I need to get my employees educated. We have a slew of world-class workshops coming up March 7th and 8th, 2-day workshop in London in the UK. I mean, how cool is that? If you want to come to London, we'll put the links in the bios to those events, right? Come out to London. We're running this event very cheap and reasonably priced, couple $100. It's a 2-day workshop. It's going to be amazing. City Center, London, right next to Borough Market. What a great way to, plus one your experience, as we're talking about plus one, right? You know, business trip expense. If you're getting on a plane and a ticket from Cali or Florida to Jersey is going to be $300-400 anyway. $500-600, and you're on your way to the UK. And the hotels are very reasonable there. The food is awesome. We're going to provide lunch. We're going to do a pub crawl. We're going to do some sightseeing. We're going to go see a castle. We're going to go to Leeds and Windsor castles, and it's just going to be a ton of fun. So, what a great way to expand your mind, open yourself up to some new ideas and opportunities, and come learn some stuff and write it off as a business expense. And then we'll have our weight room wealth in June, the beginning of June. That'll be here in New York at our HQ. That's a 2-day masterclass on marketing and money management. And my good friend John Alex, one of the top wealth management advisors in the country, has just signed to come back and do another talk. So John's a great guy. He's one of my personal best friends, and just blew the doors off of the room last year with some of the ideas he had around, turning your gym money into, legacy wealth, and he's paving the way for a lot of people to help to really improve their standing in life. So that's weight room wealth. And then obviously we cap out the year with our annual retreat. It's going to be in Park City at the Olympic Center this year. 2 days experiential, 2 days of learning with them with some stuff at the Olympic Park. We got some cool stuff. I don't want to give it all away, but it's going to be world class. We're going to be at the top of the pavilion at the high jump park. Park City is a world class town. Salt Lake City is awesome. We got some tricks up our sleeves. We got some cool things that we're keeping under cuff there just to surprise people with. And it's not in 26, but we moved Underground Strength Con to March of 27 for a lot of reasons that we don't need to go into here. But so those are our events, right? We have some absolutely awesome events coming up. You don't want to miss it. Get yourself to an event. This is a great low barrier way to spend a couple $100 to get some amazing education for you and your team, and you'll learn a ton. You'll meet some great people, and again, the inspiration and motivation and ideas that you get at these events could literally transform your business and obviously your life. We went to an event like this in 2010, and it has made Dan and I close to $6 million. The ideas we took home from that, just from that's where we started our 6 week transformation, our best program, our best product ever. 15 years, 30 transformations, $6 million in revenue. You can't argue with the data. So, all right, here we go. Plus one, your sales process. How do we get more? How do we value stack? What do we need to do here to improve our process? Well, some gyms have a big lead problem, but for the gyms that are not really having a lead problem, the problem is converting, right? And there's a disconnect between value and price, right? Obviously, we know that the biggest barriers in the gym game are the price and the pain of paying and the pain of commitment, right? The insecurity that comes with joining a gym, coming to a new space, not knowing people, feeling out of place, feeling unfit, feeling you don't belong, right? Those two things are the two biggest roadblocks to people paying for fitness and joining a gym and or hiring a personal trainer. And so what I see a lot, and we've been guilty at times too, and it's not that you can't ever run discounts, but discounting trains clients to wait. Why would I join now when I know they're going to run a sale at some point soon? I'll wait for another holiday, a Black Friday, a Memorial Day meltdown when they run these discounted services. Discounting also attracts price shoppers, right? Not, lifers, right? And a lot of times you're getting the person who does not have the financial means to pay what you're worth. So they're going to barter, heckle, you know, you know, discount price shop till they find the price that they're looking for. They're not seeing it as, hey, this is a lifelong investment in my health, my longevity, my vitality. I'm just focused on the $200 a month, the $400 a month, or whatever it is, right? And we didn't grow Varsity House by being cheaper. We've always been one of the more expensive options in our area because we believed that we offered a great product and service. We also had, when I looked at our crew, like I look down at my crew right now, everybody's got degrees, multiple people with master's degrees, ridiculous numbers of certifications. Every single person on the floor right now, as I look down on the gym floor, has gone through an extensive mentorship program with us, has done broadening experiences and mentorships with other gym friends of ours. And obviously, we have a built-in access, a built-in education machine with the Business of Strength. And we believe that we have one of the better personal training products in the country. So we should charge for that, right? It costs, let's call it somewhere between 100 and could be upwards of $300,000 to get a college degree, right? Some of the people here who've had degrees from, expensive colleges, right? Small private schools, all the way to state schools and so forth, right? That's not free, right? You spend a lot of time, energy, and effort. You have to, every time you discount offer is basically a confession or that you don't believe you're worth and or you didn't really clearly explain or translate the value of what you're offering. When you feel like you have to be like, I'll give you $100 off your first month. That's a you problem. That's generally not the client. And again, we'll talk about some ways in which you can discount. So what does value stacking actually mean? Value stacking is increasing the perceived and real value without touching the price. All right. So let's just assume that, you know, your primary objective on the sales process is a 3 time a week, small group personal training product. And that product is 400 a month, let's say, right? Instead of being like, well, we'll give you, $100 off, or we'll cut your rate down by 10% or whatever it is right now. I would rather you give something more to keep the price where it is, right? Because again, when we get in the price deduction, if you give somebody $50 a month off and they stay for 10 years, let's just do the math, right? Let's say 5 years. They stay for 5 years, right? Which for us is once they get past the 5 month mark, our average, stay is about 62 months. So let's just say 5 years. $50 off times 60 months, right, is $3,000 that you basically lost from that client. Now, it doesn't sound like a ton of money, but if you do that times 100 clients, right, now it's 300 grand, right? If you're always discounting, you're losing a lot of money. However, you can add value and charge more, right? So ways to do that is obviously coaching access, right? You get more coaching, you get added accountability, right? So a call I had yesterday with one of our great mastermind members decided they were going to go a little bit more high ticket. And what that meant was getting a weekly accountability check-in for the first 90 days of your relationship with them. That for the first 3 months, you were going to have a accountability coach. You were going to get an accountability check-in that was digital, that was sent to you, and your coach was going to call you and reach out on a weekly basis to check in. They were going to take a handful of people, but they were charging a much, much higher value for that. Okay. Assessments and benchmarks, right? Maybe it's in-body scans. It's just unlimited in-body scans. It's, body fat analysis. It's, if you have access to a DEXA scan and things like that, right? Priority scheduling. VIP members, let's say, who engage in your high ticket item, instead of being able to schedule 7 days out, they can schedule 10 days out, right? Things like that, right? So having some of the VIP priority scheduling. Community and identity stuff, like so they get a special shirt, maybe your VIP program. We used to have our elite development crew, right? This was like let's call it like an inside the gym high standard group that was working towards hitting specific metrics in the gym. And if they completed a certain number of those metrics, they got this special shirt that you could only get if you did the metrics. There was 20 metrics, you had to get 16 out of 20 to get the shirt. People tried to kill themselves to get the shirt, right? And or any ways in which you could speed up results, like you guarantee results. A guarantee is a great add value. It's a low barrier, cheap, free lever. Add a guarantee to all your sales process. Put a guarantee on your price sheet. Don't be cheap on that, right? We've never had an issue with people like coming back, well, you guaranteed it. I wasn't happy. I want my money back. No, very, very rare occasion where you're going to get those types of people, okay? So here's an example stack, right? Something simple, right? So you got your same price. You got your $400 a month small group product. We want to value stack that with a goal review, an onboarding roadmap, and a biweekly coaches check-in. The result of that is a higher close rate and a higher confidence and a perceived increase in the value. Hey, we're going to hold your hand for the first 30, 60, 90 days to make sure that 10-pound goal of yours that you want to lose, we're going to hit that goal. Right. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you keep the train on the tracks moving towards the goal. So whatever that maybe it's food logs, maybe it's a meal plan, maybe it's a one-off, one-on-one nutrition consult, right? I think of like all the low barrier, simple, easy ways that you could exchange more value and for a little bit of time on the business for a lot of better commitment, results, and retention on the client side. Because ultimately, retention is based on getting somebody to the goal they want. If it's very rare that if a client comes in here and says, I want to lose 30 pounds, and we get them to the goal, they're like, thanks, bye. It's usually like, oh my God, you guys are amazing. You changed my life. I can't believe I finally did the thing. This was the best decision I ever made. I got to get my wife or my husband in here, right? It's almost never happens where it's like, hey, I want to bench press this. I want my cardio to be this. I want to compete in a high rocks. I want to lose 20 pounds. And we do all those things. And like, great guys, thanks for helping me accomplish my goal. See you later. Okay. So that's usually not the case. So you can, obviously, think I'm on that. And, clients, we're selling workouts. Okay. But that's not what we're selling. The product is working out 100%. You can't deny that. But if you sell workouts, sessions, okay, 12 sessions, 8 sessions, 16 sessions a month, whatever it is in your sales process, as opposed to selling certainty and commitment and goals and leadership and friendship and accountability and mentorship, right? You're losing giant money when you sit in the sales console and you tell people that, hey, this is why we charge what we charge. Here's the value you get, and here's what we're going to do to prove it to you by follow up, follow through, and accountability. Generally speaking, the price objections start to go away. Okay. Now, we can do another, I'll do a follow up to this on the marketing to attract the right people, but obviously, marketing sets up the sales process by outlining a lot of the value, service, and ideas before somebody even gets to you. All right. So clear marketing, most people by the time they get here kind of know what they're going to get and what they're going to do. Okay. So that's an idea of value stacking. So again, for those of you who are focused, if there's the gym next to you is running its, buy January for $1, type of deal, or, $99 unlimited training, things like that. And again, there's nothing wrong with giving discounts. I'll explain where in a second, but as opposed to your lockdown New Year's program, right? Custom training, accountability, meal plan, nutrition, follow-ups, unlimited scans, this, that, and the other. I'll take the high accountability program any day of the week over the low barrier, cheap, here's your towel, have a nice workout program. Okay. The majority of the clients that we're going after, the affluent, upper middle class, 35 to 65-year-olds, would rather pay for A, exceptional service, and B, exceptional results. Okay. And you look at like all the hype around Ozempic, it's enormously expensive, but people are paying for it to the tune of it's going to be the first $1 trillion pharmaceutical because of one reason. It speeds the shit out of your weight loss, and people will pay anything for speed. Okay, anything. So again, you look at tech companies. What's AI? Speed. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for speed. All right. So that's value stacking. We don't need to go down the rabbit hole. When is it okay to give discounts to your members that are already here that know, like, and trust you? We love running a pre-sale sign up for our big events to our members, a VIP discount to members who are already paying a boatload of dough. Why? Because when we're running a program like a 6-week transformation or a New Year's reset or a summer shred or whatever it might be, I want to fill that program at least partially with members because I want the buzz. I want people committed early ahead of a product to keep them sticky and give them something to hope for and want to. And I want the buzz to begin. Hey, I just signed up for the 6-week transformation. You should do it with me. Type of conversation happening at the dinner tables, at the parks, at the sports games with the kids. Somebody's having a conversation about a New Year's goal and like, oh, I just signed up for my gym 6-week transformation. You should do it with me. If I refer a friend, right, I get my program for free and, you get a discount. I'm happy to give discounts on referrals. I'm happy to give discounts for specialty groups like police, military, fire, or families. I'm happy to give discounts on specific initiatives on a rare occasion. Black Friday, one of the only times we discount. February, we're doing a BOGO referral deal. We're going to give a huge referral bonus, right? I'm happy to give that away. But again, it is a calculated discount. It is not the norm. Okay. So don't get in the habit of discounting everything. And we almost never discount the long-term price of the service. It's okay to discount the upfront offer, although we're trying to get away from that too. So again, your program's $400 a month. Hey, we can give you $100 off your first month, and after that, it grows to the original price of $400 a month. But when you discount, so in that case, if that person stays for 5 years, I lost $100. In the other case, I lost $3,000. Okay, so by giving them $50 off their membership. So a membership discount is a long-term discount. A upfront discount is a one-time discount. So again, just thinking about how you put this into play. All right. Let's talk about plus one in the sales process. All right. So now we've value stacked. We've got a client to, let's call it, commit to a value stacked program or personal training service, right? So they signed up for I'm going to do the 3 times a week personal training. Great. Okay. How can we add more to that process? All right. And so I love a paid in full opportunity. Hey, so it's amazing that you're making a commitment to your fitness, and I'm super excited to have you in our personal training program. Would you like to, like, since you're making the commitment, would you like to, like, lock in your goals and ensure your fitness for the next year? And I said, if you do that, we're going to offer you a little bit more. And they're like, oh, all right. It's not about saving money. Although obviously we could talk about, like, there is another way in which you could save a few bucks, right? And it's like, well, what is that? Our most successful members choose this option because it removes friction, locks in their fitness, and basically guarantees that you're going to show up and do the thing that you set out to do for the next 12 months. Okay, what's that? That's our paid in full option. And we do give a discount on that. So we usually do, for us, we have a couple different variations of the paid in full. We're really liking our VIP paid in full, which is a 3 month upfront offer, first time members only, pay for 3 months, get your fourth month free. Comes with a whole bunch of added VIP bonus benefits with that. So they basically pay somewhere in the range of $1,500 upfront, and then you get the fourth month free, and then they roll right into the membership plan, the our what we'll call our limitless membership plan. Okay. Another great way to plus one is to ask for a referral. I'm going to say this slowly and clearly. There is no better time to ask for a referral than at the point of sale. I know that seems like we're selling more and being salesy, but it's not. Okay. The belief is fresh. The excitement is fresh. I just got a brand new friend in this gym. I'm so excited about it. All right. Hey, since you're making this amazing commitment to your fitness, would you like to give that gift of fitness to somebody else and bring somebody with you next week to your first week of training? Could be a husband, could be a friend, could be a spouse, your brother, sister, could even be your kid in one of our youth programs. Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah, you know what? Let me ask you, here's what we can do, right? If you and reiterate your referral deal, right? Maybe there's a clear referral incentive like we have. Hey, if you refer a friend, we're going to give them, $100 discount off their membership, and you'll get $100 credit towards your next month, right? So it's really simple. So again, I'm sitting down. They've committed to the membership. Hey, I have a few awesome programs that we have that are going to lock down the value, improve your experience, and ensure that you, your friends, and your greater community are getting fitter, healthier, and living better. Oh, okay, what's that? Okay, great. So paid in full option, this locks it in. Referral option, fill the gym up with amazing community members like yourself. Bringing the data proves that when you train with friends and you have people in your circle that are also on a fitness mission, that you are more likely to stay on that mission with them. Okay. Training partners are the key to all success in training. If you were an athlete, you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever competed in a strength sport, you know what I'm talking about. The strongest and fittest I've ever been, I had lockdown training partners. Okay. Referral plus one every single time. Would you like to bring somebody to your first week of training? It's so simple, it hurts. Okay. High ticket pathway. Number three, High ticket offers don't scare people, surprises do. So again, it's like introduce them to a premium path early. The goal here is to sell our limitless or VIP. So we start with the high ticket of, hey, look, people who have the most success and lock down their fitness do this program. Okay. This isn't for everyone, but when you want more and you're willing to make a commitment and you want the best of the best, this is the program, right? So you get high ticket pathway. So maybe you have like your normal class-based membership, or you have like your standard 2 time a week personal training, which is going to be the lower barrier price option for a lot of people, and probably the one like when you do the math in your gym, you'll probably see that your average usage across all members is less than 3 workouts a week. That means you have a split between people buying the 2 time a week option and a 3 time a week option. Okay. And therefore we want to migrate people to the higher ticket item, your three, or let's call it a limitless or unlimited or some type of VIP program. Okay. And it comes, or maybe it's a supercharged program that comes with some one-on-one training for another, hey, for another 500 a month, you're going to get 4 one-on-one training sessions, one a week during your training, right? So things like that, you can high ticket that. And again, focus on the commitment, the coaching, the certainty that they're getting with that. And hey, look, you know that every Friday you're going to have a one-on-one session with your coach, and that's when you're going to get a great workout. But they're also going to review your check-ins, your nutrition logs, and your accountability each week. And so that Friday session really serves as an anchoring point for you to stay focused on your fitness and not get lost and derail, from the original goal that you set out here. So again, if you're here in January and somebody tells you they want to lose 20, 10, 20, 30 pounds, they want to get back into fitness, they need to improve bone density, without being coy or rotten to them, and just say like, hey, look, obviously this is going to take more than like 5 workouts or a month of training. So, why don't we just make this commitment right now? Right. So, but if you don't ask, you don't get. All right. So how do we build this into kind of like a sales process, right? You got to have like an SOP, a simple framework is we have our primary offering, right? Here at Large Sales HQ, that is our limitless membership, right? That's going to be our, we'll call our limitless, which is up to 4 times of personal training plus unlimited classes. Okay. We're going to anchor the value of that program. We're going to value stack the shit out of that. That's on the price sheet. It says most popular, best value. This is the results based program that the majority of our clientele are on. We're going to have a +1 option, right? That's going to be a clear next step. So that's going to be, hey, would you like this VIP? If you're going to do the limitless, we might as well commit and do, if you buy for 3 months, you get that 4th month free, right? Plus you get a whole bunch of other VIP ancillary service, special gear, special this that you only get if you're the VIP. Um, you know, basically, the referral option, right? Ask for the referral, right? And then make sure that you reinforce the choice, right? What we'll call dispel buyer's remorse. This is going to be amazing. Following up, following through, communicating with people, putting their digest into whatever your gym's process for acknowledging each new member that comes in and making sure the team knows who they are. Imagine that you pay for a $1,500 VIP program and you show up on the first day and everybody knows your name. Everybody's excited to work with you. Everybody's read your assessment digest. Your plan is done and ready in your system. You've gotten access to your digital app, the Facebook group, and not only your coach, but the team has reached out to you in excitement to help work with you and get you moving towards your goals. How great of an experience is that for dispelling remorse, but saying, damn, I just spent $1,500 on fitness. I hope I didn't just waste my money. Right. So here's some common mistakes that people make. One, too many options. I cannot tell you how many calls I've had with gym owners over the years who have, a 4 price options and then a 3 month, 6 month, 12-month option, a paid in full option, a 2 year paid in full, a 10-pack, 20-pack, 40-pack of training sessions, blah, 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 blah. You got to keep it simple. 3 options on a price sheet. 2, if you can whittle it down. We like good, better, best. We love, essentials, limitless, VIP, right? And really, the price framing of the VIP should push people to the limitless, which is in our case, the 3 time a week option, which is our primary sales objective. Okay. Discounting instead of explaining. you're starting to get some roadblock pushback, you're starting to get some aversion, and we go right to the discount instead of asking more questions, explaining more value, hyping up the coaching team, hyping up the results-based programming, hyping up the social proof, right? Those are things that you have to work in your sales process to dispel price aversion. Price aversion for a potential client is the easiest back out. Nobody wants to sit in front of you and say, you know what? I'm a complete slapdick. I have no backbone. I really can't commit to shit, right? Most people aren't going to come out and blatantly say that they suck. Okay. But that's going to be the 80% of the people is just that, this commitment, working out's terrible. I fucking hate working out. I hate running. I want to eat good. Like, I just want to eat fucking pizza and burgers and have beers on the weekends. And I don't feel like getting up at 5:30 in the morning to get to the gym by 6. And that's the only time I can freaking train because in the afternoon, I got all this kid shit with my kids. And it's like, when I tell people that we have 6 a.m. class, oh my God, it's too early. It's like, all right, well, you don't want it. Right. Number three, obviously, mistake is treating it like a transaction and not leadership. You remember, you're here to mentor people. If you're all your focus is on, all you talk about is money sessions, money sessions, discounts, it's a transaction, not how can we help you solve your fitness problem once and for all. You're 55 years old, your BMI is 35, you're 35 to 45 pounds overweight. You've told me that you've tried a bunch of things, you've considered going on drugs. How do we can help you fix this forever, but it's going to take time, energy, and effort. Here's how we help you reduce the time, energy, and effort. What say you, right? Number four is asking for referrals after the motivation fades, right? This is a huge one. This is why it is so mission critical to get somebody to bring a +1 to their first week of training. And if you wait weeks, it's just like an afterthought. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it just makes it that much more difficult. It's when the motivation, if you catch them in their first month, let's say minimum, they're all excited about it. But let's say they've been here for 3 months, they had a goal of losing 5 pounds or 10 pounds, and they haven't even come close. Well, they're going to start to fade. And it's like, all right, well, I'm not recommending. Remember, if you don't get them to the goal and they recommend their friend who doesn't get to the goal, they recommended a shitty product to their friend. And now they're, in a sense, double liable, right? Getting people the results that they want is the key to retention and referrals. Right? I will anybody who we've gotten exceptional results. If I call them right now and say, "Hey, we're doing a referral thing in February," I'm going to tell all my friends. I'm bringing my wife. I'm bringing my brother. Right. But if it's like they've spun their wheels here for a year, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll see if anybody wants to come work out. Sure they do. All right, and and not and the number one thing that I see in another common mistake is just not asking for the high ticket prices because of fear, right? The default right to the if price, because everybody's going to come at you with price. Well, you could just do our class base, or you could just do our 2 time a week option. No, well, hey, look, I get that price is a real thing for everybody, but the best program that we have here is this program, and that's our VIP program. That's if you commit to 3 months of fitness, you get your fourth month free, you get all this amazing stuff. You literally can train nearly unlimited here, and you will have a trainer at your beck and call, guiding you every step of the way, custom designing your plan, holding you accountable, meeting with you weekly. This is our can't fail fitness program. Okay. So that's really the biggest way to make this happen. And, here's a couple challenges for you. One, try removing any of the discounts. If you've been using discounts in your sales process, just go a month without doing it, right? And try to add more value. Write down some scripts as to how to explain the value and stack the value instead, right? Add more and then add an intentional +1 to your sales process, whether that's the paid in full, the referral, the VIP program, right? That's really what it is to maximize your sales process, right? So don't leave money on the table by selling and be like, thank you, I'll see you Monday. It's like, hey, look, we're so excited that you're committing to your fitness and we can't wait to work with you. Here's a couple other things that we have in our toolbox that we think will help you, your friends, and the greater community of to get fitter, healthier, and really make a long-term commitment. It's like, oh, all right, well, they're there, they're excited, they're going to listen. Give it to them, right? The worst thing they can say is no. The worst thing they can say is, nah, you know what? I'm just going to do what I set out to do. I'm going to come, try a month or two and see how it goes, right? And then go from there. So that's my challenge to you is get off the discount train, get on the value stack train, and plus one the shit out of your sales process, and do not leave high ticket items, paid in fulls, and referrals on the table waiting for later. Okay. Don't forget, come to a Business of Strength event. The next one is Trainer School, January 23rd. After that, London, March 7th and 8th. And we look out for a whole bunch of digital products, releases, and podcasts like this. This is the Business of Strength. Turn your passion for strength into profit, right? Passion, purpose, profit. See you on the next one, team.